Hi everyone, FPLMattDay here, and this is my UEFA Champions League Fantasy Match Week 1 team selection. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and get any comments, questions, or thoughts in ahead of the deadline. Now, this year, there's been a few changes with the game. We've got 2 extra match weeks in the group stage. There's now 8 match weeks because of the new Champions League format. Each team has 8 separate fixtures. There isn't home and away anymore. We've still got the rolling substitutions and the rolling captains, and there's an extra night. So games will now be on Thursday nights for the Champions League. It'll feel a bit different. It's all going to be a lot more planning and a lot more things to take in, but it gives us more fixtures and more fantasy to play. But let's share screen and we'll go straight into my team. Maybe a few surprises, maybe not. But let's share screen and go into that forward line. So there's my team again this year. It's Lucas Moura, back from when Spurs beat Ajax in the 2019 season. And I've gone Harry Kane as captain against Dynamo at home, fresh off the back of a hat-trick in the Bundesliga on the weekend. Home game for Bayern. I did have Haaland there ahead of him. And I thought, do I go Kane, Mbappe, and Haaland as the template front three? But I just couldn't get them all in there with the money. And I just thought, Haaland, Inter Milan at home, defensive Italian side. Look, Haaland is just on that form where he can score a hat-trick against any team in the world. But Harry Kane's not a bad alternative. So he is in there. Alongside him, Mbappe also plays on the same night as Kane, but I'm preferring to captain Harry Kane due to the fixture and his goals on the weekend for Bayern. Mbappe's in there with a home game against Stuttgart. And then on the far side, Guillermo Quires from Lisbon, strong player, good player, scores a lot of goals for Lisbon, 7.5 million at home to Lille. So very strong pick for match week 1. People are probably thinking, do I have a plan for Haaland? Because City's fixtures are really good from match week 2 onwards. I do. And that is, I'll probably use my 2 transfers for the next game week and swap one of Kane or Mbappe out and bring Haaland in and use one of those or both of those transfers. I'm not keeping 0.5 in the bank. For the next rounds, I'll just make a couple of transfers. Let's go into my midfield. Currently midfield 3, as I've got a couple of others on the bench. And I've got Musiala for Bayern. I mentioned has that really good home game against Dynamo. Gonçalves for Lisbon, always really strong in UEFA Champions League fantasy. Lille at home, it could be tricky, but I'm hoping Lisbon can come out and score a couple of goals, and both my Lisbon players are involved. 6.5 million for him. And then Yamal from Barcelona, he makes up that third midfielder there. I have to double check and see which night Barcelona play, actually, because you'll see on my bench, I think I may have another player that will come in and just want to make sure I've got the bench order right. But that's the current midfield. And then in defence, I've gone Upamecano from Bayern. I just wanted that extra bit of Bayern coverage. Let's hope he starts. They have been making a few changes and a bit of rotation. And then I've got Lucas Beraldo from PSG. He's done really well this season. He's 4 million, may or may not start. I've just got him there as a 4 million enabler in the hope that he starts. If he doesn't, I've got coverage on the bench. Pacho as well there for PSG, 4.5 million. Looks like he could be a potential bargain. And then Carvajal at 5.5 million. I was going to downgrade him to a 5 million option and then keep 0.5 to bring in Haaland in match week 2. But I think what I might do is maybe downgrade an Upamecano to a 4.5 million player and then bring in Haaland for Kane in match week 2. And let's just hope Haaland doesn't price rise. And then in goal, probably one of the most popular keepers at 4.5 million, De Gregory from Juventus, who are back in the Champions League this season, which is great to see. Let's go to my bench. Kobel from Dortmund, popular UEFA Champions League pick, very high save percentage. Schlotterberg from Dortmund as well, another really good potential bargain buy. Rafinha at 7.5 million, that was that other Barca player I was talking about. And then Barcola, PSG midfielder, who's getting some good numbers this season, so I wanted to put him in at 7 million. So let's just go here. And you can see the full squad on the screen. So if I have a look at it here with the fixtures, So that's the night one. Thursday night fixtures here. And Barca play on the last night. So what I probably want to do here is sub out Yamal, bring in Barcola. So I want to confirm that. Let's see when Dortmund play just to be sure. Dortmund play on the second night. Bayern Munich the first night. PSG the second night. Everyone else I've got a lot on the first night, so I don't have too many on that second night, really. I've got a couple of Dortmund boys. PSG against Girona. And then the last night, I have avoided a few teams, which it could come back to get me. I've avoided Wirtz. Some Leverkusen players, I've avoided Arsenal players, which probably isn't the best idea, but I got a couple from Barca that should tide me over. As long as all the other players get points, I think I should be okay. But I'll make that change to the lineup when I'm offline. Let's we'll see if it lets me do it now. Probably does, but we'll confirm it afterwards. But there you have it. That's my UCL team selection for Match Week 1. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know your thoughts. Any questions about your team, the game, picks that you like, let me know in the comments. And I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. I'm FPLMattDay, and bye for now.